It is me, Dukect Live here in the Dukect Lounge for you here on TalkShoe.com. Also, if you're not listening live, how dare you? It's easy. It's every Friday night Eastern Standard Time right here on TalkShoe.com. But if you're not, for whatever reason, you can listen to this on YouTube, my Blip channel, my everywhere, if I could spread this video around or what have you. So that's where I am and everything else. So, yeah, wow, it's been a busy week. Most importantly, E3, ladies and gentlemen. E3 is it's been here and gone, and let me tell you, what a show. I mean, what a show, and I honestly want to hear your opinions about what things you liked, what things you hated, but most importantly, what other games are you looking forward to? And there's some news here, ladies and gentlemen. Some news about some E3. So first off, I have to get this thing off that, honestly, supposedly the people who are making Titanfall, the exclusive Xbox 360 game and Xbox One game, might actually be on the PS4. According to PSU.com, and the article will be in the description, Titanfall, the new game from the team that made of XCOM the Veterans, have confirmed that their new game may come to the PS4. We're talking to Eurogamer. Lead artist Joe Emil, I can't pronounce that. Sorry. Emil told the site, "When you boil it down, we would love to be everywhere, but we're just starting out. Adding, it comes down to quality, not quantity. We have a fantastic relationship with Microsoft. It just boils down to, okay, how can we hit this as hard as it can and get it on as many platforms as possible and deliver the quality, the 60 hertz out of the gate." That was the goal. Regarding the possibility of Titanfall on the PS4, he said, "It's definitely not out of question. We have a huge appreciation for the fans coming out and showing it to everybody. We're super nervous and wanted to make sure everybody loved it. We loved all our fans, whatever console they support. So, yeah, we want to make everybody happy, but this is where we are. This is where we're at right now." The rest of the article basically says, basically saying it still is going to be for right now. Titanfall will be released on the Xbox One, Xbox 360, and the PS3. The PC. It's not to be on the PS or any of the Sony systems. So this is very interesting. We have someone coming out just recently, like it was 2 days ago, June 12th, at the time of this recording, that this thing, people are jumping ship from the Xbox One. And I would not be surprised because the Xbox One, not only that, because, ladies and gentlemen, some more bad news with the Xbox One. We have actually people from the United States military. People are not liking it so far. This is from him. This is a blog from GamerSutra.com with Jay Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, and I will be put this on this YouTube and with everything else. I will put all the articles right here. And boy, this is really interesting. I'll give you the real key stuff right here. Basically, this person, exactly. He says right here, this person's running this blog. It's like for almost 8 years, he has served this country in the United States Navy. Initially, he enlisted as an operations specialist, but after 2 years, he was picked up for a commissioning program and the Naval Aviation training pipeline to become a naval flight officer. Basically, Goose from Top Gun says from the article. In that time, he served on 3 NIMS-class aircraft carriers, those big, huge ships, those things. I'm sorry, because I know most of y'all you actually or watch and listen to the channel know about aircraft carriers. I'm not making, hopefully I'm not making you feel like inadequate or what have you. Again, if I am, I apologize. Anyway, basically, NIMS class aircraft carriers been on he has been on 2 combat deployments in support of Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan, has been on countless other detachments away from home and training exercises. In the last 2.5 years, he has been deployed and detached for a total of 18 months. With them, from these experiences, I would like to impart to the conversations that I have been part of witness, away from his home and what have you. He says, hey, Jay, do you want to come over tonight? We're going to have a Halo tournament. Hey, man, got the new Gears of War I sent to you. Can we borrow it when you're done? New Gears of War sent to you, right? Can we borrow it when you're done? Bro, I picked up new force and we were in Bahrain. Let's get started. The person basically, he loves the Xbox 360, everything else. They love it. Even with all the problems, they date the Xbox 360. He is a fan. He's all in with Microsoft. But here's something interesting. He says right here, which brings me to the single greatest sin Microsoft has ever committed against all service members. Their surprising decision, right here on the article, I think it's the 3rd paragraph. It's right here. It says, which brings me to the single greatest sin Microsoft has committed against all service members. Their surprising decision to require the Xbox One to receive a message from their mothership every 24 hours has already been lighting up the internet for a myriad of reasons. But the reason that I am so infuriated about it is that he's talking, he and his brothers and sisters in arms will not be able to play Xbox One when deployed or on detachment. No longer will the sounds of Master Chief saving the human race will echo through the hollow halls of the USS Abraham Lincoln or any other USS ship when we have a few hours of respite. No longer you will see Marcus and Dom soaring through the locust hordes at the bases in Afghanistan after the Marines have returned from patrol and want to escape their reality for a bit. Those days are now firmly behind us. Microsoft has single-handedly alienated the entire military, and not just the U.S. military, the militaries of the entire world. Damn. That is a huge statement. And again, when it goes right here and just right here, this is despite and it continues. That is amazing. That is a hell of a statement, and it's been used. And I'm gonna be putting this. This is just an amazing statement right here, and what have you. But let's continue this blog here. Despite my presence for the previous generations of Microsoft systems and my dedication to their versions of multi-platform properties, I will not be buying he will not be buying an Xbox One at launch. In fact, the next Xbox One might as well be called the Halo Box because I will simply not purchase it until the next Halo game that drops. With developers focusing more and more on multi-platform model, how much will I really be missing out? None of the exclusives from either Sony or Microsoft excited me except for the Halo teams. Simply put, outside of Halo and Forza, Sony has better exclusives. With developers like Quantum Dream, Naughty Dog, and titles like The Last Guardian looming on the horizon, all exclusive to the PS4. I feel like he feels like he would be much better hands with Sony. So how much will he really be missing out on? While he thinks Forza is superior to Gran Turismo, the GT series is still very good, and he can play it when embarked on the ship. While he is a diehard Halo fan, the opportunity to wait for the next iteration, and my eventual purchase of my Halo box will give me an ample opportunity to explore the Killzone series. Everything else from Assassin's Creed to Call of Duty I can experience on the PS4 offline and tucked away in my little room on the ship, and without the concern of the programming complications that faces developers with the PS3, which was my primary concern with the PS3 multi-platform games. He has searched the internet hoping to find some data about the video game sales that U.S. military signifies. U.S. military signifies. I can't pronounce anything to say in my life. I apologize. Signifies. That's the best I can say it. If you can say it better, props to you, but I can't. Although we represent less than 1% of the nation's populace, I venture to say we represent a drastically disproportionate amount of video game sales when compared to our numbers. Financially, I think the alienation of service members by Microsoft will have much more impact than they realize. The next point is for developers. Although the PS4 will not have an online requirement to run, developers will still be able to make their games that require or persistent online authentication. Authentication. I can't pronounce things. Sorry. Authentication. Authentication. Yeah. Do not do this to us. The video game industry has made a fortune bringing not only video game records but entertainment records as a whole. With properties that simulate what my brothers and sisters what his brothers and sisters in arms do on a daily basis. Don't alienate us with online requirements for games. It will cost you money and respect. That is a lesson that Microsoft is tragically about to learn. Holy crap. What an article by one of our many brave and possibly those brave and possibly awesome guys who serve our country and a gamer as well. That is something a lot of people are feeling right now when you look at this. I mean, not only you're pissing people off myself who do have a good connection to the internet, who do have a good stuff, who just won't buy the Xbox One, but people who are in the military are like, yeah, we aren't going to touch this thing with a 10-foot pole. That is amazing. And I just don't really believe that Microsoft has completely alienated. This can't happen. I truly believe that Microsoft has lost not only people myself, but you lost people in the United States military. And trust me, you do need people like that. It's great PR. And I really hope they actually they somehow fix this. And developers too, I hope they get this too. I will share this around. People, share this article. I want this, every article, every person, every game developer needs to realize this, that honestly, you're alienating people. You don't alienate us with online requirements for games. It costs you money and respect. And that is something these guys truly need to remember, that we are the customers. We don't have to jump through hoops and everything else through that. We don't pirate games, even though piracy is not as big as the issue as they think it is. But you know what? It's again, they are punishing us, the consumers. When you start punishing us, we will leave. And trust me, if you piss us off long enough, if you piss us off, game people, what have you, if the game developers and God forbid they are listening, they're small little podcasts where I mispronounce words and probably are laughing at me right now if they are listening. But hear my words, and I will not stutter with these words right here. Don't mess with us. Do not treat us like we are criminals. Do not treat us like we are completely and utterly incompetent or just people are like a negative influence. We are the consumer base. We are the ones who make your job. We are the ones who pay your bills, okay? Without us, you won't have a job. So why are you pressuring us to put all these damn online codes and passes, DRM, that in the end, that honestly invites piracy? You know what? And it's stuff like this, and developers and people like with guys, with people who I respect, who I really respect in the industry, like Cliff Brzezinski, again on his Twitter, saying that AAA games and used game market can't coexist. Basically saying, and I quote, You can't have game and marketing budgets this high while also having to use and rental games as thing. The numbers don't work, people. The visual fidelity and the feature sets we expect from games now come from sky-high costs. Assassin's Creed games are made by thousands of devs. Newsflash, this is why you're seeing free-to-play and microtransactions everywhere. The this base day one $16 model is crumbling. Those you tell me they're just low game budgets. Don't you understand how silly you sound, right? Yeah, you know what? Yeah. You know what? Really? And trust me, and by the way, Jim Sterling takes him to the woodshed again. By the way, Jim Sterling, great video guy for Destructoids and everything else. Link in the description, because this guy finally gets the owners he deserves. Because, again, I love Chris Pazinski. I love his games. But this dude really, really is talking out of his ass, man. And really, games are too expensive and everything else, yada, yada, yada. So, honestly, and again, here's the funny thing about all these games, like we need prettier games. You know what the funny thing is, I think he's forgetting about, is that in the last couple of generations, who were the games, who were the powerful systems? Which one supposedly won the console wars? The PS2 was graphically instant, just terrible graphics compared to the Xbox and the GameCube. And the winner of the last generation Nintendo Wii was peanuts. The graphics were peanuts compared to the Xbox 360 and the PS3. And yet the Wii just took them to the bloodshed. Wii and PS2 took both, won those console wars outright. So it's not the higher cost. It's not the pretty stuff. It's about the gameplay. It is about the things that make people want to go and say, hey, I want to play these games. I want to play these games not because it looks great, not because it, have you like, oh my God, it looks great on HD, 3D television, what have you. Those are nice. But to me, at the end of the day, you have gameplay. That's why I can play games like Spyro or Crash Bandicoot or Ratchet and Clank or everything else. That they might not look great graphically or what have you compared to other counterparts, but they are great games. Gameplay is what people will come back. Graphics aren't going to really, really go out there and say everything else or what have you. You know, why do games need to be this expensive? Why do you have to keep pushing all this other stuff that, honestly, who cares? I'm going to say this right now. If I would rather have a less graphical update for the, which if anyone who's watched this, the E3 and all the trailer stuff and all those pre-rendered cutscenes, let's be real here. Most of the reason why that is pre-rendered cutscenes and what have you, that look nice, because when it is gameplay, guess what happens? The graphics are going to look just the same as the 360 or PS3, because that is it. You can't get graphically higher anymore. It's done. You have to actually start playing the games. And I feel that the people behind this, guys who just want to keep inflating more and more money into it, are just going to just really, really are missing the boat. I'm really missing the boat and understand why people are a lot looking at games and such. All right, I'm going to take a small little break here. We'll be right back in the Dukect Lounge. I'm going to be talking about the games I am looking forward to from E3 and everything else. So, with that said, thank you so much for listening here on the Dukect Lounge. Thank you so much. I'm happy that you're listening to me, Duke C. Take.
Outside on the corner where I caught the bus, thinking in my head it's colder than I thought it was. Sometimes life is like that, and you just quiver your lips, whisper a wish, hoping someone might give us deliverance. Now deliver this message, think I could live with this message. You could just give a few seconds to come and sit in my presence. And yes, it is so precious, yes, it is a blessing. Next, I'll attempt to you express it with every heavy breath. Cause just to make it worth it, and just to make it real, you always made it perfect, and that's the way I feel. Sometimes we think too much, and we lose control, but it's not what you know, no, it's who you know. Days that will not end, I'm sure you've had them too. Wishing you're still in bed, and yet we have to move. This is what passion do, this is what passion does. It's on my planets too. So sending back.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining me, Duke CT, live here on the Duke CT Lounge. Phone number, if you want to call in, as always, 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. Call D to connect to me, Duke CT. It's 92417. Once again, call D. It's 92417. Also, if you download the TalkShoe Live Pro 2.0 app, you can get the shoe phone to call in on your computer so you can talk to me, Duke CT. All right, now, people, after all that craziness, what have you, I had to get that out of my system. Now, let's get some of the positive stuff from E3, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the games, people. The games, the most important thing, the games. Now, the games I actually loved, ladies and gentlemen, the things I'm much more interested, I guess it's maybe because I'm getting into DC Universe Online. I'm actually interested in the Elder Scrolls Online. I'm interested. I mean, I'm hopeful it's not going to be so like out there in the MMO, what have you, but I'm actually very interested in Elder Scrolls. It looks really cool. I want to get that game because it'll be something really nice, probably for a PS4 release, but you never know. Anyway, other things I loved was, okay, the best role-playing stuff. Okay, Stick of Truth. I can't wait for playing that. That looks to be real fun. You have, that's the only one I'm really interested in, South Park, Stick of Truth. I like that. I like the, for the platformers, because there was a lot of them. Disney Infinity looks really interesting. I might do like a used game purchase, or maybe rent that, because that looks really interesting and fun. Rayman Legends looks really good. DuckTales, woohoo! Rematch it looks good as well. We got Super Mario 3D World. And Donkey Kong Country with that new music. I can't see the name. Tropical Freeze. I can't wait for that. That looks really, really good because I love Donkey Kong Returns. Let's see. Because again, I really I can't wait for the it's going to be something really nice. It's going to be David Wise, ladies and gentlemen. David Wise, who also did the Donkey Kong series. Every single one. Look at the stuff from Donkey Kong Country, all the Donkey Kong series stuff. You know, all the great stuff from Donkey Kong Country, the soundtracks, all of them came from him. David Wise, he's back with it. I can't wait. I love the soundtrack of the old game, of the old Donkey Kong Country Returns. It was some good stuff, but with David Wise, it's going to make that game, it's going to make Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze, even better. I can't wait for that. I'm really going to have fun with that. Another game I can't wait for is Battlefield 4. Actually, it looks really fun. Another thing for I can't wait is Destiny, Titanfall. I love the fact you go in those huge matches. It's going to be on 360. I'm going to be owning people on mech and shooting them up, or what have you. It's going to be great. Also, what's going to be nice is EA, if it comes out this year or next year, Battlefront, I am marking out for that. I can't wait for Star Wars Battlefront to come back again. I want to actually, because, again, you looked at that preview trailer with the walkers, which, again, I mean, if I'm going to ask y'all this question here in the chat, not in the chat, but also in chat, but also in the comments, which is more cooler? I mean, those walkers from Star Wars are Metal Gear Ray from Metal Gear Solid 2, because honestly, I always, as walking tanks go, I always felt more fearful of that than any of the Metal Gears. I'm serious. Maybe that's my Star Wars inner Mark just taking over, But when I look at this huge destruction tanks, I don't think Metal Gear. I think of the Star Wars like huge walkers just crushing, like destroying stuff, and you can't stop any of it. Yeah, I can't wait for that. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, that looks fun. I can't wait to play that as well. Bayonetta 2, I went into the Bayonetta first. It was fun for a while. I really did have fun for it for a while. I will probably get Bayonetta 2. Saints Row, I never really liked the series. Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, I'm going to get that. Watch Dogs, I am definitely getting that. It's going to be so much fun. I wonder how many apps are going to probably have that. It's going to be very interesting to say the least. Dark Souls 2, I haven't played Dark Souls yet. I'm going to probably play the first one to get a feel for it because people are like, but honestly, I might get that, even though it might have an easy mode. A horror of an easy mode. Just drinking some water, what have you. And then I'm going to be looking at the, if I have a chance to get a portable game, I'll probably get a Link Between Worlds. Legend of Zelda looks really cool. Mario and Luigi, that looks going to be fun as well. Mario and Luigi Dream Team looks going to look cool. But to me, the best stuff is going to be Mario Kart 8. That looks good. Sonic the Lost World looks great. Wind Waker HD. I am tempted because I already have Wind Waker right now. I already have the game. This is like I actually might buy it. Oh, gosh. I might actually do a rebuy of that. But again, if I get a PS3, I'm going to probably get a rebuy of Okami. So, I'm just crazy like that. But, excuse me. But the other stuff, Killzone Shadowfall looks interesting. Infinite Second Son, I never played the Infinite series, but I will be probably doing now for the PS3 if I can get the Infinite series. I heard some good stuff. Also, another game I actually really, really liked. Metal Gear Solid 5. I really can't wait for that because that looks really good. It looks like they're actually doing an open world MSG Metal Gear Solid game. I'm loving that. It looks really good. It's hitting some topics that are very controversial, like for example, child soldiers. I don't know what that type of stuff is going to be handled by Kojima. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. Also, keep the sun invoking Snake. That's going to be interesting as well. But you never know what's going to happen with that. I'm just saying something might be interesting that we may get David Hayter back. I'm just saying I don't know, man. I just don't know. Anyway, I'll be taking a small break. By the way, if I had to pick the best E3 video game, to me it's just pointless because, let's be honest, I haven't played the game yet. It's basically the best trailer. But if I had to pick, honestly, I would look at, right now, I would say Mario Kart 8 to me is one game I might have to buy a Wii U for. No joke, because I haven't played Mario Kart in such a long time. Got a new Mario Kart game in such a while, so that's going to be the next big game for me, Dukect. Oh, gosh, I need to stop rhyming. Anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, and I'll be talking some pro wrestling. That's right. I'm going to talk some pro wrestling, including some other stuff that happened on SmackDown tonight and the TNA Bound for Glory series. We'll be right back right after this here on the Dukect Lounge. Thank you so much for joining me, Dukect. And here's some OC remix of Donkey Kong Country 2. Donkey Kong Country 2. Hopefully you enjoyed it since the celebration of David White's coming back to the Donkey Kong series, Country series. Hope you enjoy it. It is Beneath the Canopy Forest Interlude. Here it is, live here on the Dukect Lounge. We'll be right back right after this. ladies and gentlemen, here on the Dukect Lounge. Phone number, as always, is 724-444-7444. Once again, the number is 724-444-7444. Call ID, connect me. Dukect is 92417. Once again, the call ID is 92417. Thank you so much for listening here on the Dukect Lounge. And there's been a very interesting, if you stay here long enough, you've heard, because, well, congratulations. Thank you for listening. Well, if you haven't noticed, SmackDown on Friday ended with a very interesting match. A six-man tag team, Daniel Bryan, Kane, Team Hell No, and Randy Orton took on the team of The Shield, which is Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose. And The Shield lost. And a great match, and I have to say, I don't mind it. No, I'm sorry, because let's be really frank here. The team had to lose at some point. Let's really be real, because I actually looked at spoilers and what have you. I didn't know that I was going to be upset, but honestly, it was a very good match. In the aftermath, basically got Daniel Bryan a lot more over. And since my departure of the WWE, I haven't watched a full Raw the past couple of weeks, mainly because I found something else to do, and B, I watched basically the NBA Finals and what have you. Great stuff, by the way, the NBA Finals. But it seems that they actually really are doing this Daniel Bryan push, and I'm really hopeful that they're not going to do anything stupid like turn them heel, but supposedly they might do something. They might actually do, which if they do would be really stupid because everyone wants to chant, yes, they love Daniel Bryan. And if they do turn him heel, it's just going to be like the same thing, right? People are like, it's fine, just... But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if WWE pulls it off. I would not be surprised if WWE just said, yeah, you know, Daniel Bryan is over as hell as the crowd. He's over like Rover. People want to see him. They chant yes in the arenas that make people want to go see him. Yeah, we have to put John Cena as heel because we have to turn him heel. Because why? Because John Cena is the greatest guy ever, and by golly, he's still the man, the best man here. Dang it! I'm like, fine. You know what? I won't be upset. I'm past upset with WWE. I'm just empathetic right now. I'm just because of their booking. So I'm just saying this. I enjoy the ride, people. Because trust me, it's coming. This is the same company. If Jeff Hardy was still here, if Jeff Hardy was able to fly straight, didn't do any type of drugs, what have you, he was still in WWE. He probably would have turned heel as well. And no, Jeff Hardy would have turned heel. Jeff Hardy would have turned heel and would have probably had like a crappy run with John Cena because John Cena has to be the fake baby face. He has to actually get people. He has to have that little kid audience, even though, God forbid, a little change in character never hurt nobody. That sort of thing. I mean, a change in character would never, a bit of frailty goes a long way. With him basically breaking a bit where he had that rock, like you can't beat me, that sort of thing. He beat himself, what have you. That whole little promo stick, that was actually some good stuff. I would like to see John Cena come out with that, getting that anger, that raw anger, and just getting that type of emotion out instead of being the typically smiling, bland, giving a bland baby face, which also have bland matches like the 3 matches of hell, which I am not watching at all. I'm not watching Payback at all. Zero chance of watching Payback. I'm going to be watching basically the NBA Finals, which will probably have, no chance of watching the Payback whatsoever. And having Ryback lose again and not even winning would just really just depress. It would just, wouldn't surprise me. But hey, whatever. But honestly, again, the Shield losing at a 3-man team, honestly, again, I like that because it would have been basically an albatross around the neck, who's going to beat them, who's not going to beat them, that sort of thing. It gets so much of a higher place to the point that the Shield, when they do lose, it's going to be a drop-off point. when you have this whole weakest link storyline, what have you, it basically says Daniel Bryan, Daniel Bryan had to prove himself that he's not the weak link, or Kane's not the weak link, or Randy Orton, or what have you. Eventually, the heroes have to overcome the villains, and the Shield, rightly or wrongly, are the villains of the story. So eventually, the Shield will have to lose to someone, and quite honestly, I don't mind them losing against Randy Orton and Team Hell No. I would like to do it at a pay-per-view, yes, but SmackDown, a regularly broadcasted show, you want to make SmackDown seem important. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But that's just my personal opinion. Feel free to disagree in the comments if you lasted this long. Anyway, moving on. Let's get to the Bound for Glory series, ladies and gentlemen, because there's a lot of people to talk about. The Bound for Glory series, ladies and gentlemen. The people who are in the Bound for Glory series. Let's see. You have Bad Influence. You have Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. You have Samoa Joe. You have Jeff Hardy, Magnus, Joseph Park, Hernandez, Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, Mr. Anderson, Jay Bradley, and the phenomenal one, the only one, AJ Styles. I actually like this list, and I honestly think this could be something really good. I will honestly, there are so many interesting stuff here. And with what Sting's saying about the whole new main event mafia, I think this could be really good as well. Maybe somebody who is not really a hero or a face. Maybe guys like Crimson and Matt Morgan will be in there. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Samoa Joe, since he had that affiliation with the mafia, or say Magnus, because he needs that right now, or Aries, or what have you, or Kaz, or Daniels, what have you. You never know. But I think this is a great list of people who's in the Bound for Glory series. I think this could be something really magical. You don't really have any jobbers. People who are like, you don't really surprise. I mean, Park, you could say, is a comedy, but he's a comedy guy, what have you. I think it's better for him to put that position. Probably I would put EY in that position. I think EY, because he has this new show. This show was really successful about this big real fishing, what have you, of an Animal Planet. I don't know what the real show is called, but it is a huge hit show. I probably would have put him in the Bound for Glory series. Have him have a great showing. Maybe even the Final Four have that crossover appeal. But I don't know why TNA isn't doing that. Maybe it's show commitments. I don't know. That's why he hasn't been on the show so far. Maybe it's like there's too much time on the reality show. I don't know. I don't know what type of contract he has on Animal Planet, but you never know. So, but the list here is very good. And some people are like, oh, the AJ Styles thing is a terrible idea. I know it's one person, I think on Twitter, Table Fan saying it's like really it's terrible, it's a hypocritical, it's a plot hole. AJ Styles qualifies as BFG series. Really? It's not. It's not a plot hole. AJ Styles can't compete for the world title until Bound for Glory 2013. That means until that pay-per-view, he can't challenge for the world title. So basically, he has to wait a year. And there was no real guidelines of him saying he's not supposed to win. He's not supposed to get into it. Not supposed to, he's not allowed to get in the Bound for Glory series. And fine, this is basically what's going to happen. You're going to have Styles win, or you could have, say, someone like Magnus, or say Joe, or Aries win. It would be very. But I think it's going to be my personal pick for Final Four. I might do a video about this later on, maybe next week, if I can really get my real teeth in and really research this as much more deeply as possible, as who should be the Final Four. But right now, I honestly think my Final Four for the Bound for Glory series would be Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Magnus, and Kazarian. Yes. I feel that Cash should be that spot because I think he and Daniels, because they both bad influence, really need that victory. And honestly, it'd be awesome to see him actually compete and have that. Well, it'd be nice because I think Kazan has really, really grown as not only people in the ring, but also in the mic department as well. I think he is the total package. I think he is ready to get that huge. That's going to be, don't be surprised because Aaron makes some good big wins here. So then again, that's my personal opinion. I love the BFG series list overall. I think it's a good, strong list. And again, Styles winning and beating Bully Ray is actually something really interesting. So, yeah. That's it for me. Wow, 50 minutes. Wow, that's a pretty long while for the show. I'll edit most of the stuff down. Don't worry. Anyway, this has been a very, very, very fun edition of Dukect Lounge. Thank you so much for listening to me. Remember, you can get the listen live on TalkShoe.com, where I'm doing this right now live. The link will be in the description. Also, remember, YouTube, Blitz, Screw Attack, all that type of stuff it will be all on there. Remember to spread the word. Tell me about your thoughts. If the show sucked, is it good? Is it nice? If you hate my voice, you didn't let me mispronounce the words. Tell me what I did wrong, what I did right. I want you guys, because honestly, without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do the show. Thank you so much for listening to me, the Dukect. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all. Later.